Dude, if you're seeing this right now, you're watching the Party with Marty.
Yeah.
We're here to party with Marty!
Are we on? MJ up in the house, and you are here at the Party with Marty podcast, hypothetically the best podcast ever. And we also have the hypothetically bestest co-host in the world, in Savage.
Oh, Savage? Did you say Savage? You said Savage? How you doing, man? Now you're out of the shop, but that's okay. What's going on, Mr. Jannetti? How are you today?
I'm feeling a little, I don't know about this hat. It makes me look like a ninja.
No, I think that hat makes you look like an absolute gangster. I love it. I think it's perfect for this week's episode. I'm still recovering from what happened in Chicago. I mean, a Party with Marty is no joke.
You did good, though.
Yeah, I did good. You did good. We're over here. We're going to be talking about CTE. We're going to be talking about StarCast. But first, let's get into it. Marty Jannetti, do you want to just see the pictures from StarCast a little bit before we get into the CTE?
Yeah, say something for the end too, though, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, we have plenty of pictures, but I thought we were going to be doing the show in this part of Chicago.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. And we get there, we got to go to Schaumburg. Hell of a time at StarCast over the weekend. You missed out on this deep dish pizza the first day, but then I got you one the second day. What did you think of that pizza?
Boy, I mean, when they say deep dish, I thought it was going to be a bunch of bread. That was thin crust, except for the sides. And it was like an inch and a half. Look at it. It's an inch and a half of them, ingredients on top. Man, we were spilling it like it was just dripping off the pizza slices.
Yeah, it was huge, man.
Good,
It wasn't too huge. It was just perfect. This is me arriving at StarCast before you. I got there a little bit earlier than you. Obviously, I had to prepare everything for Mr. Jannetti. We have Anthony there, or as Marty liked to call him the whole weekend, Brutus, right? He reminded you of...
What's the guy's name on Popeye? Isn't it Bluto? Or
Bluto? I thought it was Brutus, not Brutus?
Well, I went with Brutus, and somebody said, no, it's Bluto.
Bluto?
Popeye the Sailor Man. One of his nemesis.
So what are we going to do? We're going to call him Pluto, or we're going to stick to Brutus?
Let's go with Brutus.
Let's go with Brutus. I like it. There's your table. It was all set up and ready for you. And then, of course, then you arrived. Look how good you look wearing that Guns N' Roses shirt. Your table looked phenomenal. The fans were showing up in droves to meet Mr. Jannetti. And, of course...
What is a drove?
Like droves, like lots of people. Like they were just, trampling you.
Droves, okay.
Yeah, there's Shaza McKenzie, who stopped by to say hello to you.
Sweetheart, man. She's pretty good, I heard.
Yeah, she's very good. But you had a lot of people.
Well, I meant in the ring. I was talking about in the ring.
Of course, you're talking about in the ring. This is even Vikingo, one of the hottest wrestlers in the world today. But we'll get more into StarCast later. Okay. I really want to get to the CTE stuff. And if you guys aren't familiar with CTE, if you or someone you know is exhibiting symptoms of chronic traumatic, and I can't even say this word, maybe
I can't.
It's not funny, but encephalopathy, seek medical attention immediately.
Encephalopathy.
The disease causes brain damage, and the symptoms observed are a result of substantial loss of brain function, Marty. So it's just crazy, this whole disease, and the fact that they can't even detect it until they can get into your brain.
Post-mortem, I think they call it. When you're gone, they cut your skull open and they look at it. It's what they did with Benoit. It's. I mean, if you're a pro wrestler, if you're an NFL football player, if you're a hockey player, boxer, martial arts, MMA, street fighting, there's a good chance you're going to have a concussion or two. But it says chronic, traumatic, which means over and over. Which us as pro wrestlers, we bang our heads. I'm sorry about the glasses, y'all, but I'm trying to read all this so I can let y'all know. Because I got all this trouble thinking. I never had an easy time thinking. Memory loss is getting real bad. You know that. I lost you this weekend in Chicago. Problems planning. Impulsive behavior. Well, I like to buy it. Or I can't say all that, but I like to buy things on spot. Aggression. I don't have aggression, do I?
No aggression at all. But these symptoms are pretty crazy, man. Behavior changes. I didn't notice too much behavior changes in you, but this is more of a you thing. You've spent more time with you than I have, and you know what you have and what you don't have.
Well, one of them like the behavior or mood swings, and this is, and I've talked to a couple other people, the same things. The hell was that? Somebody's throwing rocks at us.
Someone's trying to break into Marty Jannetty's house?
Did you hear that? Somebody hit the gong. Y'all get off there.
But do you have any of these? Depression or apathy, emotional instability?
The depression, I try to, it comes on hard when it comes. But I'm pretty good at, because I act goofy and do stupid shit, and people, they think like, well, Marty's being a goofball. Yes, because Marty's trying to avoid going into depression, because I do go dark. When it hits me hard, I go in the room, turn the lights off. I think I told you this. I'll turn the lights off. I don't want the phone to ring. I don't want to know from nobody. I don't want to hear from nobody. Because, you kind of shell up. Like, and there's nothing wrong. That's the hope. I have walked from a TV room to the kitchen, which isn't that far. I don't live in a mansion. Actually, a ghetto mansion, but I put on the chair. But so I can walk in a different room and start. I'll have not like boo, not like that, but have tears running down my eyes, and I'm sad. And there's nothing wrong. I was just laughing.
It just hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just emotion. I mean, and some of the other guys have told me that them too. That same thing. One of them actually cried when I told him that, and he started crying. And he goes, "I do it all the time," and I'm not going to say. Boogie asked me not to say his name, so I'm not going to say his name. He's a good friend of mine, real good. He's a good brother, man. But yeah, and it's just weird because you feel the emotion of sad. You feel, you got tears coming down. Not like I said, not like boo hoo hoo like that. No, it's just tears, and actually tears hurt worse than that. Oh, all that crap. Just tears coming down, it hurts worse.
Would you agree with this statements that I got off that website you gave me? The CTE symptoms don't develop right after a head injury. Experts believe that they develop over the years or decades after repeated head trauma.
Yes, that's why it's called chronic. It's over and over and over. Yeah, I agree with that. And
it says that you really catch it later in life around 60. Which is scary because damn.
No, but like and I hate to go right into a particular person, but she was a very good friend of mine. Ashley, was it Rosario? I don't know how to say her last name. Rosario, Ashley, the one that she committed suicide, and then they found out, when they get your brain, they can't detect it until after postmortem, I think it's called. But she had CTE. Which it does that, quite a few football players have ended everything because of it. And there's 13 known symptoms right now, and they're developed. What's the guy's name that wrestled, the Nowinski or something? Something Nowinski. He's like the head. He's leading the charge for CTE, like studying on it.
Wow.
For the boys. No, I wish
I know the NFL has a whole program now dedicated to all this. There's awareness to raise awareness for CTE overall in the world.
And that's what I hope they do on their contracts now. Just let the boys be aware of these symptoms. Like if you start developing these, let somebody know so we can.
Yeah, 100%. If you have a head injury and then you have suicidal thoughts, memory problems, personality or mood changes, that could be an immediate sign of some trauma and
Yeah.
you want to get checked out and get some help with for sure.
And I said this on my Facebook today. It's like, because I was telling about the show for tonight. Which your show, well, it is Thursday now. But it's like an egg, the yolk in the egg. You shake the egg real hard, that yolk's bouncing off the shell.
Yeah.
That's what's happening up here when you're like, bam, 100 miles. That sudden stop when we get slammed, suplexed, or thrown off the top rope or whatever. That sudden slam, the brain hits the skull.
Hey, man, when you're stirring your eggs, it don't matter if it's in the ring or in a pan, they're getting stirred.
Yeah, and the chronic, the more it happens, the more chance that you're developing, and you go into that, what they said, they could compare it to Parkinson's, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what all Parkinson does, or Alzheimer's.
Parkinson's is a lot with the shaking, the uncontrollable shaking.
Which I've got that with. If you remember week 1, I was doing that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was from the drinking.
Yeah. Sure, it's a combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right about the repeated head trauma. That's likely the biggest cause of the CTE.
Yeah. And I do want to tell this for all. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, oh yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Mr.
I didn't put the big black mic right by my mouth.
That's okay. I have been hearing you good.
Your neighbors too, probably. But a lot of people ask me, like, man, why aren't you in the Hall of Fame? You got to be. As of this point, I'm blackballed. And that's what I'm not going to say who, because they still work there and I'm not going to get nobody in trouble. And they shouldn't anyway. I mean, y'all could have been fucking men and told me your damn self.
Yeah.
Hide behind the women that have to tell me. Sorry about all the cussing. I don't mean all that. But so anyway, I'm blackballed because I joined in the lawsuit on CTE. And here's why. Y'all know about my ankles. That's pretty much known. And for those of y'all that don't, all the years of jumping off top ropes, and I do it more than anybody, most anybody. Back in the days, everybody does it now. But even then, I do it 5 times, 6 times, 7 times a match, night after night after night after night. And down to the concrete floor before you got the mats. First they came with the mats, then they came with the super mats that you can throw an egg up in there and it won't break on it. Special mat, what they land on now, you can do any damn thing and not get hurt, except land on the top of your head, break your neck. But I used to do all that. I've been doing that since 1984. It adds up over accumulated time. What the fuck? Accumulation. It adds up. There you go, right there. And that's the one on the right's that's what Benoit's looked like. Except worse. His was actually even worse. They showed pictures of it. But it's bruises. It's bruises on the brain. Like you get contusions on your arms, your legs, and all that. That happens in the brain. I'm sorry about hitting that. That's making noise. Happens in the brain too. And so my thing was my ankles. I was jumping off the top ropes, a lot of times splashing, so you're not landing on your ankles. But when I would jump to the floor, I always land to my feet. I sent you the picture with Kurt Angle, where I'm coming off the top, and it's 12 feet down to the floor. And I'm coming off, and I'm going to land, because I will punch him, but I'm going to land on my feet and get back in the ring. That shit hurts after a while, man. It's 12 feet to concrete. Or even if it's a mat there, it's still 12 feet. It's a hell of impact.
Man, the most simple move can hurt you. You could take a snap mirror the wrong way and get brain damaged. I mean, it's crazy.
But this is just talking about the ankles. Coming out. This is where the ankles over years and years and years and years.
Oh, the ankles, forget about it. I mean,
and I jog a lot. I run a lot too to stay in condition.
Between the working out, the wrestling, the traveling, the partying, your ankles got a lot of miles on them, boy.
I didn't put my foot in nobody's butt.
Not yet.
Not that many times. I mean,
I gotta ask you a quick question though. Are we allowed to donate your brain to science one day?
What are they gonna do with it?
Study it.
Yeah, they'll be more confused than when they started. I went to a psychiatrist once, and it wasn't 5 minutes, and he was on his own couch.
That's good stuff. Oh, we got to do a whole shrink episode. Remember that. But on back to the serious business, CTE is not a joke.
No, it's not. We don't mean to joke on it, but I have it. Well, I've got 12 or 13 known symptoms. They're big, and that's why I was bringing Nowinski up, because he's improving You know, they're working hard and fast because it's serious.
Oh.
Any contact sport, anything with hard impact that includes your head is going to be a problem.
I mean, it's scary to hear you say that because I used to watch a lot of obviously your matches, and of course I've watched all of Benoit's matches, and I remember seeing him come off the top rope. You're talking about coming off the top rope, landing on your ankles. This guy's coming off the top rope, landing on his head.
Yeah, and that's and again, I was talking to somebody on my Facebook today. Today has said how upset they got at the media. Me too. Because the media, they ain't journalists no more. So it's all sensationalism and get ratings. But that Nancy disgrace ass bitch, that's just a waste of a perfectly good sperm and egg. Wasted it on that human. She sat up there and talk. I was watching it. I mean, because this is my family. The wrestling world is my family, and including the fans. And I'm sitting there listening to her talk about steroid race, which don't really exist. Steroid race. If they say it does, but you already had a bad personality and you just took steroids. So now it's like, okay, it was steroids. Nah, he was already an asshole. But anyway, she was sitting there talking about, and the coroner came out, or whoever it was came out and said that he had high doses of whatever it was, testosterone or some other kind of steroid, but he said, but within therapeutical range. Okay, within therapeutical range. That means doctors could have prescribed it. It's probably how Chris did it. A doctor prescribed it for him. And they're sitting there saying, Nancy comes back and says, you heard it, but yes, I heard him. And he said he was just taking massive amounts. He didn't say that, bitch. I don't mean to cuss, but that shit pisses me off. He didn't say that. He didn't say, I just watched the interview. He didn't say that. He said within therapeutic range, bitch. And then massive amounts of steroids, which causes steroid rage. How would you know? When did you take steroids, stupid ass bitch? But anyway, when they opened his head up and found out he was all damaged up, they said he had CTE. He had the brain of an 80-year-old. All right, he was what was he when that happened? About 45-ish, 50, 45, somewhere in there, 40, somewhere between that range. And he had a brain of an 80-year-old from probably from jumping all that shit off the top, hitting his head every damn day, for his finish. Are you there?
Yeah, of course I'm here. I'm listening to everything you're saying, man.
Okay. And so when they came out and said that about the CTE, he had the brain of an 80-year-old. Do you think Nancy Disgrace ever said like, oh, well, I'm so sorry that I said it was steroid or roid rage or not a fucking thing. Just skipped it. No repercussions for telling false information to the public. Nothing. Just washed her hands of it, went on to the next story. Eat a dick. Fuck.
I feel your pain, and I think he was only 40 years old, man.
Probably was about right in there.
He was born May 21st, 1967, passed away June 24th, 2007.
And of course, I don't approve of what he did. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for the media people who are bullshit journalists, they ain't even journalism involved in fucking stupid language. We're going to have to hurry and get this.
It's a touchy subject, though. I feel you.
Yeah, it is, man, because my people are dying from it, and I got it. I ain't going to die from it, but I got it, and I don't like it. You think I like walking from the bedroom to the kitchen and start crying? I don't even know why.
I don't think you're going to die from it as long as you don't take any pedigrees or DDTs. You'll be all right, I think.
Yeah, I ain't going to do none of that. In fact, Swaggy won't let me.
That's right. Swaggy.
But, yeah, man, I mean, a
lot of people had it. Benoit wasn't the only one. They said Jimmy Fly Super Snuka had it.
What'd you call him? Jimmy Fly Super Snuka.
Wasn't that his name? Jimmy Fly?
Super Fly Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, it's been so long now, but he was one of my favorites.
That long.
Oh, wow. It's been a while for me. I miss him, though. He was great.
Oh, I do too, man. Me and him were close. And if you remember, that's what I said with that Karen girl that couldn't get a story right. Oh,
God, yeah. We'll get to Karen in a moment. But for now, do you remember Jimmy showing any signs of CTE at all in your experience?
Jimmy started out different. He was already different. I mean, Jimmy's my boy, man. I love him to death. I cried. Now, I legit tears for him. Not the CTE shit. Man, I cried when I got that word. And you know, a lot of shit was said about him because they were like he killed that girl or whatever. I don't know nothing about that. I just know me and Jimmy's relationship. Um, and he was good. He didn't like Sean a lot. He did in the AWA days when we were Midnight Rockers, when we were all wrestling for AWA. We all got along, but Jimmy saw what happened to Sean as we started climbing the ladder. He didn't like it, so
it just rubbed them. It rubbed them the wrong way. Probably.
Yeah, he didn't. You know, Jimmy's the nicest guy nicest guy in the world, but he's not one you want to mess with.
No, he was a great guy. He actually came to my wrestling academy once. He did a show, and I think they paid him like $500. He wasted the whole $500 on drinks for everyone there.
That's him. You know who else is like that? Is Pat Tanaka, but he don't have the reputation. You know, Jimmy. You know, Jimmy was a main eventer.
Oh, Jimmy's a legend now at this point, man. All this stuff.
Oh, he was actually a legend while he was living.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. That jump off the top cage at Madison Square Garden.
Hey, I wasn't there for this, but let me tell a Jimmy story. This is because I heard from many people that that happened. They'd been doing a bunch, you know, and Jimmy and I mean, a lot of us back then, we did a lot of cocaine. I mean, everybody did. You had to do it to keep going. It's like speed, keep you going. It also makes you feel good. But Jimmy had been doing it like a 3-day binge, 2-day binge. He was the main event at Madison Square Garden. You know, when you pull up to the Garden, New York City, the big marquee, Jimmy Superfly Snuka versus whoever it was, Don Morocco, whoever. And he opened the limo door to go out into the Madison Square Garden arena. And they all went crazy. Jimmy, Jim, He got back in the car, closed the door, says, "Not today, brother. Drive." He left. He wasn't going to deal with the shit.
That's a great story. Jimmy was a good dude, man.
Yeah, he was great.
Mr. Fuji, I found out. I didn't even know. Apparently, he had CTE.
Fuji used to be our guy that would give us points. He'd call it grasshopper. Many grasshopper points. When you would rib somebody, and the better you ribbed, and more grasshopper points.
Yeah.
You know, Fuji was I think everybody knows the story of what Fuji did to his neighbor. You know about that?
Go ahead and remind me. I heard a story over the weekend that Wendy had told me.
About Fuji or about
Fuji? Me? No, about Fuji riding on the lady's leg.
Oh, with P?
Yeah. That was great. Maybe we save that for another show, but I didn't know Mr. Fuji because I saw him as a manager, but you got to realize this guy was taking bumps for how many years before that happened.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I mean, I've actually been knocked out in the ring probably 6 times. Not 4 or 5 times. I know in Japan one time, man, my head hit the back of the metal railing that goes around, separates the fans. Ouch. I mean, it was like, bong! And I'm like, the arena is spinning around. I'm wrestling the light heavyweight champion. It's a championship match. I'm looking up, and he's speaking Japanese, so we already got that problem. I'm speaking English, and he can't speak English, and I can't speak Japanese. So you can't really say much to each other in the ring that matters, like, other than dozo, hayadomo. So the one word thing. But so I got in there, and he looked at me, and he goes, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm like, "I think so." And boy, I don't remember the rest of the match. I called back in the ring, and we did it. We went 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes, whatever it was. I don't remember shit. I don't remember shit. I mean, he pretty much had to save me on that. But I mean, that was a concussion. You know, when you're doing shit and you don't remember it when you get back to his dressing room, yeah, you got concussed. And I was one. Kevin Nash got me once. Kevin Nash. I think he was
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he was
big sexy.
Yeah, well, you said it. Big sexy. Damn, I almost said it. Kevin Nash.
Come on, say it one time. Say it loud and clear. Big sexy.
Biggest of I can't. Sexies. I love Kevin though. He's I love him. Loves. But he was Diesel. He was coming into his own because remember he was a bodyguard for Shawn Michaels. And he was coming into his own, and we were over in England, sold out. Probably it was a big ass arena, so I'm guessing 30,000 people. And you know, when he would do his arms out, like to pick you up for that power bomb, that that was letting everybody know, like, this
Jackknife
was the
power
finish.
bomb.
Yeah, he stuck him out. The place went crazy. He got me down, between his legs, so he picked me up with the power bomb. But when they went crazy, he got so excited about it because he just started doing his own thing as Diesel because he'd been Sean's bodyguard for so long. Even though he wrestled down in WCW, whatever it was, Vinny Vegas or some shit. But he picked me up and drove me down so hard, it over-rotated, and my head went off the floor.
Yeah,
and I have when you get knocked out, you have no idea how long you were out.
Yeah.
But when I was coming to, I'm not even sure it was Joey Morella. That's how hard I got knocked up. It was probably Joey Morella, and God rest his soul. But he's looking at me, and I've seen 3 or 4 of them, and I'm like, man, what's going on, man? He goes, dude, you got knocked out. You got knocked out. Like,
got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, like they say on Friday, the movie Friday. You got knocked
out.
You
knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I pretty much knew because there was a loss of memory right in there.
Yeah.
And there was a couple other times. Remember the cue ball and 8 ball, the not Bastion, the twins that were.
I remember.
I forgot what they were going by. It was like cue ball and 8 ball or some shit like that. Oh, great guys.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, and they great guys, love them to death. We used to know them from when we worked in Tennessee when we first starting out. But they did that finish to me where it was me and Al Snow against them. It was New Rockers against them. And they did a thing where each one would get a thigh, each one have a thigh raise you up, and then, man, bring you down that damn power bomb shit again. And oh my God, it knocked me out. It was Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw, and I'm actually out, right? And so when I finally come to, I was like, okay, come on, man, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna get you out of the ring. We got to get out of the ring because this is a live show, right? And Vince didn't know that I got knocked out. He thought I was overselling, and he was getting mad because I wasn't getting out of the ring in a hurry because it's live. You got to get to the next match. Bitch, I'm knocked out. What the fuck you want? And Al helped me get to the curtain. Once I got through the curtain, I had to lay down, and there was a mat there, and I laid there, and it was just trying to get my shit together, get my senses together. And Vince comes in. He didn't say a word. He just looked at me, gave me a death look, like if looks could kill, I'd have been dead. He just looked at me and walked on off. And I wasn't with it, I wasn't all back together to realize, like, what did they give me eat shit look for? Eat shit and die look. But so the next day we had to wrestle in Nassau. That was somewhere in New York City, in the city. It wasn't I don't think it was Madison Square Garden. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but somewhere in the city. Might have been that Manhattan Center. But we had to do. You okay? Okay. We had to do Nassau Coliseum in Long Island the next night, and Vince coming in at the same time. Vince sees me, goes, "You was really hurt last night, wasn't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, I was. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that." Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you hurt yourself last night.
Yeah, you get mad at me because I got knocked out in the ring. Like, well, listen. I at that point, 15 years in the business, I don't know how to sell. Come on, man.
I don't know if you knew Balls Mahoney also had CTE.
Yeah, Balls that's my boy, man. I liked him so much. And I knew something was off. I had to wrestle him once on an independent show. And he wanted me to just keep beating him with a chair, which I didn't want to do.
That ECW style, yeah.
Yeah, it was that style. And it wasn't for ECW, but it was that style, yeah.
Yeah.
And he he's like, beat me, or just keep hitting me. I'm like, why? If I can't knock you out with one chair shot, I'm a weak ass motherfucker. What the fuck? And plus I didn't want to sit there and keep beating him because I hate doing chair shots to the guys because I might not be that good. And he got I can't tell this because his family might be around. But he was doing other drugs, things to try to get over past the CTE. Hey, can I time out everybody right now real quick?
We can time out everybody by simply playing a
One
video
second.
of us at Starcast real quick.
Once. Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's watch Wendy.
Everybody,
Wendy.
wait. Let's let everybody say hello to our moderator. Hypothetically, the best moderator in the country, Addie Addison, Princess Addie.
Hey.
She's the one that's getting on to y'all for starting trouble. Last week, somebody was starting trouble in the chat room.
Yeah, don't make me put on my spiked stilettos and have to kick you out.
Yeah, don't make her let the Polynesian come out.
Oh, Marty, let us see her better. Let her get in the shot. Get out of the way.
That's what I learned. I learned that goldfish don't like jello.
Yeah, go. See, y'all heard that? She's always got words of wisdom. Goldfish do not like Jello.
All right, I'm getting back to the chat.
All right, love you.
All right.
Loves. I put ass on it.
I thought you needed a real timeout. I was ready to play a video. I didn't know you were bringing in the
No,
greatest
stop with playing the
moderator
damn videos.
of all time. No, I don't know. I thought maybe we were going to the bathroom or something. I didn't know, Marty. What was going on?
I can't
You
wait
said
to
time
go
out.
to-
Whoa.
Yeah,
We'll get to
what
that.
we're doing. But back to Balls Mahoney, he was doing other things, and he threw up that night. And man, I felt so bad. You know who the Black Pope is? Is he still around?
Black
Pope? Yeah.
From where? From Impact?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I love him to death, man. We we boys would cut up but he he did some promos like, "Who do you think you are, Jannetty? You're hitting him with a chair because he threw up." I mean, it was because
He was asking for it though. He asked for it. It's not like you did it on purpose.
Yeah, and I usually don't hit because I'll let go of the chair as it gets to their head and then follow through with the hands, so it looks like I hit them so hard with the chair it knocked it out of my hands. But I mean, I suck with chair shots. So, but that's
I'll remember to never take one from you.
No, you got to take one.
All right, fine. All right, to the back door. Speaking of chair shots, head shots, shots to the wall. Look at this shot. I mean, you definitely had a concussion after this for something.
Yeah, see the one on the left. You see the wall behind me. But Bulldog Bob Brown ran me into that wall, and he don't know how to work. He ran me in. That was not even from the razor blades or whatever the other ways that you get blood. That's called a hard way. He ran me into the damn wall so damn hard it busted open. We weren't supposed to get no juice or color, as it's called. Like, I guess my wrestling fans out there will know what that, the terminology. That was a hard way. And then this one over here on the right, the other picture was Sean and I coming back from the ring. I think, and I'm not positive on this, but I think that was in Seattle. It's either the Tacoma Dome, and I think that's where it was. That one was actually supposed to, we were, going to do the blade. And I don't remember who it was we was working with. I do, but I'm not going to rat them out. And I'm getting mine. I don't know what happened with Sean, but you see, I got more blood on mine. I'm getting mine, and he kicks me right in the hand. He just gives the shit out of me.
Oh my God, I would have been real pissed off.
No, it happens, man. You can't get.
Oh, it was an accident. I thought he did it on purpose.
No. He just wasn't good.
It's the same thing. It's almost the same. Jesus. Here's somebody else, celebrities. It's not just wrestlers that have CTE.
Boy, I don't know how he probably got it the same way Karen got it from the headboard on the bed head.
Jesus Christ. Maybe he was doing his own stunts.
The head banging off the headboard of the damn bed.
And then obviously it's not limited to celebrities. We have athletes like other NFL players.
Well, see, the NFL guys and Brother Man here must have had it real bad because he did some dumbass shit. I do dumb shit. And I'd like to blame it on CTE, but before I got CTE, I was doing dumb shit. What does that say? People that give are over there. But Hernandez, man. Oh my God. And they did say that, when they did the autopsy. And did they say that he hung himself? He killed himself in jail. But again, CTE, you're suicidal. And he's in jail, and then one of his buddies is about to tell that he was gay, and so he might not have wanted that to get out about him. But all that shit rushing in on you, I mean, your thinking is not normal. It's brain damage. So what we normally can ration out and think and figure like, okay, I should do this, I should do that shit ain't working. When there's a bunch of negative things coming in on you, it's just like, fuck this shit. Give me a gun. In his case, give me something to hang myself with. If he really did it.
Christ.
It
If
could
he
have
really-
been people he killed, you know.
Marty, I got breaking news. Breaking news. They have a new report on CTE. They have a live before and after picture of CTE. All right. And it's devastating.
That's before when she was 18 or 19. And gosh, Ozzy Osbourne never looked so bad.
Poor
I
Karen.
feel bad for her though, man, because she can't help it. You know, when I met her, she was 18 or 19. But later I found out 16. She had lied to me.
Jesus.
But yeah, and she I used to call her my lost little lamb because she was. I don't mean to be talking ugly about her because I do care about her as a human. And somebody that I used to see a lot when I was on the road in St. Louis area. I used to call her my lost little lamb because she was so empty-headed. It's just like a lamb, lamb, innocent little. Because she was so sweetheart, such a nice person. But there's nothing going on in here, and so she, not that there is in mine, but she's being led to the slaughter. Your little lamb just being led to the slaughter. You know what I mean?
All right, we'll leave Karen alone for now.
It didn't get better with time.
Why don't you tell us about these next few pictures that I'm going to be showing?
Let's get off this CTE, man.
Give me some content. Well, we're
the hat. There it is.
There's
right there. You see what Mike Tyson, this is his hat. That's on my head right now. Jason, the guy that booked us all, had booked him. And I'd called Jason, and he said, well, it's Martyjannetty. And Mike and I are boys. And he said, tell Marty he's too young. He's too old to be wrestling still. Because he was saying I was at a show. And somebody said to Mike, well, you're too old to be boxing too. But he didn't have nothing like anything. So they got nothing. Jimmy Hart and them, they got no 8x10s. But he took his hat off. That's this hat right now. It came off his head. He gave it to Jason, said, give this to Marty. Because, I don't got nothing else to give him right now. The coolest thing in the world to me.
Oh, yeah.
I love Mike Tyson to death. I know
Mike Tyson's hat on your head. I mean, it doesn't get right. You never washed it, I'm assuming, either.
I don't know.
I may have slipped in there.
Well, I mean, we got different kind of hair, so I might have washed it.
Because I was going to say, you got Mike Tyson DNA on your head right now.
Yeah, well, we're not going to jail for rape.
No, but maybe we can clone him.
Maybe what?
Clone him or clone a copy of Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mike was top of the line.
Mike, I've been so misunderstood. And see, I do understand him because we've lived almost the same kind of life. Man, he's probably gone through a little bit more where he grew up over there in not Brooklyn, but was it Catskills?
Yeah, Bronx.
Oh, he's Bronx. Yeah. But there was one Brownsville. He was over in Brownsville, which is.
Or was he actually in Brooklyn? No, I think he was Brooklyn, Brownsville, Brooklyn. Yeah, Brownsville, Brooklyn, and he went to Gleason's gym.
Yeah, and it was pretty rough. So he went through some things. See, I understand all that. I mean, understand.
I met him one time at an AEW show. I was the only fan there that met him that night. I basically invited myself to his presence.
Yeah,
he was so kind to me. So kind.
He's a very nice guy, man.
Nice guy, genuine guy.
Yes.
All right, we got a lot of slides.
Don't want to piss him off, though.
No. What's going on here?
That's my friend Ashley. That's the one I was telling you. She's the only girl I've ever heard of having CTE.
Wow.
But she committed when I got the call. That she had committed suicide. It's not many of them that. Because we get the call all the time. You hear what happened to, and you already know. You're just waiting for the name. You're like, no, don't let it be. Don't let it. You got your inner circle of names. You hope it ain't. Like Sean, would be one of my inner circle. I hope I never get that call. But she wasn't necessarily an inner circle. But it was a shocker because it was a female. Yeah.
You weren't ready for that news.
No, man. I mean, she had everything going on. Nobody. Yeah. We had just done a show, not these two right here, but we had just done a show. I don't remember where it was, but I mean, she was. I did notice that she was kind of quiet and laid back compared to. She's never, loud, boisterous kind anyway. But I noticed her. She was just a little bit like, what's going on? And so it might have been depression that we didn't detect. I didn't detect. And, then I got a call that she killed herself. And I'm thinking, not Ashley. Why? I mean, why? You're beautiful. You're female. You're a good worker. You got the world at your feet. Why? Yeah, it didn't make sense. But then when they said CTE, there you go.
You put two and two together.
Yep. This girl right here, she's got CTE and don't even know it. It's probably another case of her head hitting the bedboard. but that's Tracy. That's my girl out. Now, see, and reason these pictures I told you, you look at that picture with all the shit drawn on me. You tell me I ain't got CTE. That was just to hang out that day. But she actually talked to my attorneys. It's kind of funny, a little bit. It's funny to me. I was talking to the attorney that was doing the lawsuit against WWE for the CTE lawsuit. And he was asking me stuff, and he goes, I'm going to run you down all these things that are symptoms. Let me know, yes, yes, no, no. And they were all yeses, yeses, yeses. And then he said, like, sudden mood shifts and aggression. I said, no, I don't got that. And she says, yes, he does. She yells out, yes, he does. And then he said, well, let me talk to her because, you won't even know. And you wouldn't. You don't know. Yeah, she used to do some shit with TNA. And that's Flash Gordon over there, by the way. We was doing something in Vegas, a signing or something.
That's actually very cool. Flash Gordon was a great movie.
Yeah. But yeah, that's at our pool at the house that we messed around. And then I don't know what the hell's going on with the wedding dress because we didn't get married.
Definitely no marriage there.
Now there was a 4-day wedding. You know about that. That's on shit. Can't think of the name of it. But that's the best place in Vegas. Everybody talks about the Strip, that all the gambling and casinos, but that's shit. I can't think of it. That CTE, memory loss. But it's on a little bit outside of Vegas. It's the place to be. There's so much that goes on down that street.
We'll have to go do some exploring when we go to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's going to be some content right there.
And I got some friends.
I bet you do. I got some friends too, actually. It's funny. I had some friends in Chicago. You had some friends in Chicago. We got friends everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
You got more than me, though. Just a few more.
Addie, probably not, though. You got a lot in New York. Addie's got some more words of wisdom.
I'm crashing the party, y'all. I've learned that if you can do something in an instant, that'll give you heartache for life. Remember that.
I've lived it.
Yeah, I'm sure Marty's learned that lesson many times.
That's as true as it gets. Thanks for that. I feel it made me feel worse though.
What's going on here with the Billy Goat and Doink?
Billy Goat's got CTE from Billy Goat's like to run the heads together. The other thing with the clown that was Doinks before he died.
Yeah, it was Doinks, right? Okay.
Yeah, and that's Gangrel behind us.
I see him smiling.
And y'all let y'all guess out there in viewership land. One of these, and very two sweet people. I love them to death. But one of them is a guy, or what do you call it, transgender? But y'all guess which one. I'm pretty sure y'all can guess.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I got no problems with that. I mean, I don't go that route, but I ain't got nothing against anybody that does. As long as they don't try to sneak up behind me.
This is a lovely picture. What's going on here?
Or this one, it was it wasn't Hulkamania. See, it says Mania. It was some guy's bachelor party, and it was in 05. At the time, I was dating Shay, the girl that I had to go to jail for because she screwed up.
Jesus.
If you put the picture back, put that picture back up so I can see how she was a dancer, a stripper that they had bought for the party. It was like a bachelor party.
Yeah.
You see, I'm not even looking at her. I'm looking off into the air. And she was a big fan, though. She came over, was all excited and hugging on me, and I knew she. I mean, I'm trying.
You're just like it's another Tuesday.
Yeah. But I did everything right. I turned my head. I didn't look at her. I wanted to, but I didn't because I was trying to be faithful to my girl at home. And her name was. I'm not going to say Shay's name, but she found it. Here's God's amusement toy. She's just clicking through the computer one day, and that shit pops up on her wherever news feed she was on. That picture, And she had a fit and started screaming at me and cussing at me. I said, I can't help it. She's a dancer. I'm looking away. There ain't another guy on planet Earth, including Hulk Hogan, that wouldn't look down and then take a look at her titties. I looked away. I tried to be faithful. And I could have done way more than just look, but I didn't.
You were a good boy that night. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, what happened here? I don't think you were being a good boy on this night. Right here. What the hell's going on there?
The one on the right, I think a neighbor, not a neighbor, but somebody in the neighborhood. This is when I was living up
Looks like you got bit by gangrel.
Yeah, right. I was trying to give him some blood to contribute to his brood. What was it called? Brood?
Yeah, the brood.
And somebody had done something they shouldn't have done.
Okay. We'll leave it at that then.
But it's when I was living in Jersey over by Tom's River.
What's going on here?
Which one? There's your boy Jimmy Hart to the right. And
yeah, we're going to be seeing him in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Beefcake was going to trim his own hair with them big ass scissors, or whatever you call them things, hedge clippers, whatever.
Yeah, more like hedge clippers. Yeah, that's great.
The one on the left, man, I forgot his name, but both of us, you can put that caption that says, "You've got CTE." You know, like the NFL's got, "You got mossed." You can put "You've got CTE."
That's a new shirt right there. Next week, coming live.
You've got to see, but it's not. But we really. Why are you grabbing her titty? That's a wooden witch.
Yeah, Marty, what's wrong with you, man?
That was in Israel.
Okay, that makes it better.
There you go, Israel. You probably can see in the background. You see some stores written the language. I don't know if you can. Not on that picture. Yeah, you can. Look to the right. The sign.
Yeah, I
it's
see
got all
it,
the dots and curls and all that.
Yeah.
But when you're in Israel, it was actually Tel Aviv. We was in Tel Aviv. My one friend over there, Hadar is her name. She was my bodyguard. Imagine that you go to Israel and you got to get assigned a bodyguard because it's kind of dangerous over there. Or it was. This was like 4 years ago. Kind of dangerous, you know. And, so I mean, you take what you can get, man. A wooden witch, take it.
Yeah.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
They just can't. I don't think they can handle your truth, Marty. There's just too much truth.
Hey, I sang to Hadar's mom that night. Look at Ron. That's my boy, man. I ever tell you, we so you know, I ran track and field. I did the field events too in high school, track and field.
Yeah.
And so I was doing a shot. I did a shot put, and so did he. So did Ron Simmons. He went to Warner Robins High School. I was down in Columbus at Hardaway, but we were going to state. You know, we qualified and went to state, and going out there. You go out there early to warm up, right? It's just, I think it's a 12-pound ball because they got 16s now for college or whatever. I don't know, but whatever it was, 12-pound ball. You know, the little fucking BB. It's made all out of metal, 12 pounds of BB. You know, and we're getting over there and getting warmed up, and you do a few throws, and here comes Ron. We already played football against him. He kicked our ass in football.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, there was that. And that's what I said when he came up to warm up. Like like I'm sitting there throwing my 12-pound shot thing out there, trying to get in the groove, getting in rhythm.
Just trying anything.
Yeah, he comes up. This is warm up time. He comes up with a can, like a food can, filled with metal. Melted it down, filled the whole can, and then welded it to the ball, a 12-pound ball. So it's like 25, 30 pounds.
Jesus.
And he's doing this with it. He's tossing it up and catching it like nothing. I'm like, fuck. And then I also did the discus.
Jesus Christ. Ron Simmons was always a beast, man.
Yeah, boy. He in football and track and field.
What a legend. Absolute legend.
The fence was 175 feet away. And only me and him were the only ones that even got or could get it 160 feet.
This picture also deserves a damn.
Ah, God, dang. Yeah, that one on the left deserves a damn.
We're gonna see Ron Simmons in a couple of weeks as well. In
that'd be so cool, man.
He's gonna be there. Yeah,
I miss the hell out of him.
So tell us, what are we looking at here? Because damn is right.
On the right is Sonny showing her tits off. We was at some strip club, and
I bet she's showing them off right now too, just not in a strip club.
Did you see that picture where she looks like 68 years old?
Oh yeah, that's talk about a CTE before and after.
Yeah, I think it's photoshopped a little bit though. I don't think she looks like that. I'm sure you're going to gain weight in jail. I can tell you that. You're going to gain weight because you really can't work out well, and there's not.
I mean, this is a good summary for Sonny though. I mean, like this is where she was, and then your foot is like where she is now.
See, that foot though is right where Eric Sims wanted to sell that picture.
What a son of a bitch!
He did. I was like, he goes, no, people get a kick out of it. Okay, you want people to get people are going to get a kick out of it. I'm suffering right now. I could die from this shit.
Should I call him right now and we ask him live?
Yes.
What the hell? Oh
yes.
Wow. Okay. Before I call him though, why don't we take a look at like a video and then you give me your reaction to this video?
Okay.
All right. But let's start from the end.
You're watching the Party with Marty.
These things are fucking filthy.
We'll come over here.
I just did it.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah.
And she knows. She works here.
Dude.
What do you have to say?
Who,
Wendy?
me?
Yeah, Wendy, what do you have to say?
Y'all, like, I gotta wrangle his ass in. He's out of fucking control. I swear to God. All right? He thinks he's going somewhere and he ain't going no fucking where, all right? I mean, physically, like leaving, going anywhere, or anything else. So, yeah, fuck you.
And here's what I got to say, man.
But I love you to death.
So what we get drunk?
You having a good time over there? Eric Sims is unavailable right now, but tell me about that video right there. And we got one more actually. Let's play the one more with you.
But that's Wendy from Detroit. That's hypothetically baby mama.
Hypothetically, baby mama. We'll play one more video of her, and then you can give us a breakdown. And she took good care of you, by the way.
I fucking didn't. All right? I know how to keep my fucking legs closed. Always have. How do you think I made it to fucking 27 without having no fucking kids? You know what? First control and keep my fucking legs closed.
Except for once.
All right?
You know, I actually remember.
Like I said again, you got no fucking shot.
Say it loud and clear.
None. Forget about it.
If there was ever
right?
immaculate conception between me.
Wait, hold on. This video is immaculate conception. Is that what you said?
Well, she said she kept her legs closed. How the hell did Bianca get here?
How did Jesus get here? You know, she kept hers closed.
I don't even know if he really did. Nobody even reported about him until 15 years after he died.
That's a whole nother episode. But back to Wendy. Wendy did take really good care of you in Chicago.
Oh, she's a sweetheart, man.
I had a good time meeting her, and it was awesome, man. It was a great weekend at StarCast. Let's see this next video, and then you give us a little breakdown.
What's up, guys? Gold Commander here with the man, the myth, the fucking legend, Marty Jannetty. And as a man who's been dealing with t-shirts my whole career, pro wrestling tees, this is the shirt, Party with Marty. And as a man who's been podcasting for years, I am here with the man, with the new podcast. People, Party with Marty on the podcast. Listen, and then grab yourself a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/Party with Marty. Hey, congratulations. Welcome to the business, kid.
Yes, sir, man.
Welcome to the business,
got
kid.
a lot to learn. You got to teach me a lot of stuff. But we'll still be rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling, slamming, jamming, and moving and grooving.
He's pretty good, man. That old coach's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, he's cool. They've been really nice to us. They were gracious enough to bring us some shirts straight from the store, straight off the print. Your Party with Marty shirt.
That shirt is badass. I should have wore that because I forgot I wore this.
That's all right. You have it. Don't wear it out yet. But people can go and pick up their T-shirt. We're on the Pro Wrestling Tee store. Just search for the Party with Marty. You'll find it pop up. More shirts coming soon, including this God's Amusement toy. We're gonna make a lot of variations of the shirt. Obviously, if you guys have suggestions, right? Because I know Marty loves his fans. Marty, they can send it in, and maybe we can design a shirt based off a fan's idea.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I like interacting with the fans, and that's what I try to do on my Facebook. For y'all out there hearing this that aren't on my Facebook, hit me up on Facebook because I interact with my fans a lot. and we learn from each other. I learn a lot from y'all, and y'all might learn something from me.
Marty, I don't think there's ever been a professional wrestler in history that's interacted with his fans the way you have.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that, but I mean, yeah, I love my people. They're my people.
Yes, they are your people.
Somebody was, telling me today about the CTE thing, because I had mentioned, like, give me some questions. We'll try to answer it, for Thursday night show. And there were a lot of people happy about the CTE thing. Like, yeah, please talk. Help the other guys know what it's about and all that. And somebody has said, well, why don't you go really hard against the WWE and talk shit about them, and because they didn't take care of you. You're asking me to talk trash about the love of my life. That's my love of my life. Wrestling, WWE, the love of my life. I can't go trash that. Can I suggest things that will help? Yes. Put that shit in the contract. Let them know what some signs are of CTE, and if they start seeing those signs, let somebody know. At least do that. Because I never wanted to join that lawsuit because why? We're pro wrestling. It's like a boxer, because they get the CTE really bad. You're sitting there punching each other in the head. Do you need to be told that can cause brain damage?
Speaking of lawsuits, this guy said he couldn't keep talking because he was going to get sued.
Who caused more trouble on the road, Marty or Sean Waltman?
Marty. Marty caused a lot of problems. There's some stories I can't even tell here.
Okay, Dutch. Name one. Name one problem. I love Dutch to death, man. I like him. But I heard some more of that interview, and he's another one that doesn't have all the information, but is willing to dispense it anyway. And take it and shape it up and interpret it the way he wanted to interpret it, and then dispense this shit in the way he interpreted it to himself, and it's nowhere near accurate. Nowhere near accurate.
I just like how quick
never seen me get in trouble.
I just like how quick he said Marty. Like, he said Marty pretty quickly to the question. The guy asked the question. He's like, Marty.
But I am off the wall. There's nobody that won't tell you that knows me. But I'm not trouble like that. I do get in trouble. And when you party,
no, you're not trouble. No, Marty. Trouble. Trouble?
When you party 300 days a year, something like that motorcycle shit is going to happen once in a while.
So basically, you're saying Dutch does not have his facts. All right, we got one more little clip that we'll play.
Looks at Marty with Paul's mask on, and Marty goes. So he runs that way. Marty leg dives him again and takes the mask off, and Paul's supposed to have a stroke.
Shane's got a lot of stories on you too.
Yeah, and I love Shane to death. Great guy, super guy. But now that opened the door for me to tell that whole Sheik story, what he was talking about, and I'm gonna tell it the right way. He was talking because earlier in that interview he said Marty tackled him from behind. No, I didn't. You wasn't even there. You heard the story and then you developed it into your own story. What had happened was, which usually means here comes a lie, because you're in court when you see somebody in front of the judge. Well, what had happened was, yeah, okay. But so for real, what had happened was, Sheik and I were pretty good friends. And, he was a shooter, he was a good wrestler. And he'd always stick his leg out. And, Marty, try to take the oak leg. Come try to take it down. He's a silver medalist in the Olympics. I ain't fucking with him, right? but he did it so much. Marty, come get the oak tree leg. Take a single leg. Come on. And I never did. So this one day in Cleveland, at Richfield Coliseum, I know it like yesterday. Shane couldn't even tell you what state it was in. I love you, Shane, though. I'm not talking you down. But stop talking about shit you don't know. But Sheik does that to me. He's used to me not going to, I ain't going, Marty, look at the oak leg right here. Take the oak leg. And I did. I shot in and took him down. He was not expecting me to do it. And old Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, God rest his soul, he's over there jumping up and down. 2 points, take down, 2 points. Give him your silver medal. He just beat you, 2 points. And
He was
she
loving
got pissed off as hell. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, fuck it. That was just one takedown. A match of 8 minutes long. That was one takedown. And I, I'm just like getting out of.
You're like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and so Paul Diamond, the Orient Express was there. Paul Diamond would have the mask on. Because Sato, he wasn't Oriental, so he had to put a mask on. They call him Kato, and so I'm like, give me your mask. I put the mask on, and I go back in his dressing room, and I'm walking like towards the shower. Here comes Sheik, and we look at each other, just nod. And I double-legged him. Again and took him down. And he pops up, and because he's thinking I'm Paul Diamond because I got the mask on, right? And he says, Paul, Marty and I different. You don't know me that well to do that. Don't ever do that. And I'm doing like this, and I pull the mask off, and he goes, oh, you motherfucker! And he comes chasing after me. And it's Sergeant Slaughter, who everybody's seen it, and Kurt kept rubbing it in. Kurt Hennig, he kept rubbing it in. You got to give him your medal now. He's gonna beat you twice.
Holy shit!
He went and got a Hulk built like the Hulk hook knife. He took his knife out of his bag. He was chased Kurt out of the room. I ran on out of the room. He was that mad. He don't need to like.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, he's not messing around.
But so Sergeant Slaughter, who saw everything, and they had to wrestle each other that night. Sergeant Slaughter and Sheik. He comes up and he goes, y'all watch the match, watch the beginning of the match. So we're all at me, Kurt, Sean, and Sergeant Slaughter, as they're going to lock up, he gets down and takes you. And he starts cutting and throwing 2 points. And Sheik was just looking so dejected.
Yeah, I would have cried if I saw that live. And knew all that backstory, I probably would have fucking cried, man. Good God. All right, we got another.
It was great, man. It was.
That was a great story. We got another one for you to talk about. Mr. Cornette was talking about you recently on his wonderful podcast, Reviewing the Dark Side of the Ring.
I love Jimmy, and I love his podcast.
Team that the Midnight, Bobby and Dennis kept in the ring most of the time, Marty Jannetty. And he was very good at that point. So
at that point,
we were already familiar with him.
So yeah, he said you were very good.
I must have been, and I got better. He said he was very good at that point. I only got better. I didn't go downgrading through my career.
What did you think of his review of your show?
I love Jimmy to death. I mean, he's entertaining. Like he said on one of his, probably that podcast, because I saw a lot of what he said about the supposed murder. What he never got to find out is that was a storyline for wrestling. I only told it like 917 times. This is 918 now. The times I've told it. That was developed out of a realness, which the best storylines in wrestling are. They're based off real shit. And I did go buy some. We was 14 or 13, probably 14, whatever it was. It's a bag of weed. I was buying a $40 bag of weed from the guy it was a gay guy that worked the front desk. And other kids around had been hustling. He would pay, and I'm so sorry y'all got to hear this. I'll try to be soft with it. He would give $40 to the young boys to ride in the car with them. They let them drive even, and they're 14 and 15. They're under 8. They're not old enough to drive. He would blow them, and give them $40. For letting them blow him. But that was his thing. So when I was buying a $40 bag of weed, and one of my relatives, I'm not going to say my nephew's name, was hustling him. He was doing what are you doing, Addie? Running. Princess Addie walked by, but he was he was my nephew, and I'm not saying the name. I got several nephews, but he I think he figured trade out. I was buying a $40 bag of weed, and he gave me the weed, and he reaches over. Before I even give him the money, he reaches over, touches me down between the legs, and goes, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh man!" I smacked his hand down, and he kind of got a little aggressive. He didn't like me, smacked it. And I said, "No, I'm not that. That's not me." And I think he might have been reaching to push me because he got a little upset, but I smacked his hand but I was smacking his hand, from between my legs. That's all. I wasn't trying to, do anything. But then he got aggressive, and I had to, drill him once or twice. I gave him that 2-piece extra crispy, and but that was it. That was the end of it.
Hypothetically,
that was it. I got out. It was the end of the story. But now, when I wanted to do the wrestling, the storyline, I added to that what just happened, and said, he took me into the back of the thing, got on top of me. He hypothetically was trying to, unbutton my pants and do stuff, and I was trying to get away. And he's a big man. I'm 140 pounds. I'm 14 years old. There was a little bit of concrete, little block thing there with a little gravel stones in it, and I got it and hit him in the head just to get him off, make him stop. But it hit him in the temple, and he didn't live. And the story was going to go from there. I had to drag him to the river, which anybody with any common sense, the river's almost a mile away. 140-pound guy is not going to drag a damn thing. You should have played the damn right there. But damn, not going to drag a body through town to get to the river. Nobody's going to see me dragging a body through town, right? But so that was the story, and where it was going to go from that was when I was doing the Party with Marty podcast up in Boston with Dan Marty. Man, I miss him, and that thing was so much fun. But so we were gonna. He was in on it. He was like, yeah, and he called me and said, just do talk about it on my show, and saying how the guy tried to rape you, yada yada yada, all that shit. And one of my friends, Darren, I can't remember his last name right now, but he was for real a prison guard, and he wrestled. That was his gimmick in wrestling, is the guard. We called him the guard. But so we was going to get him. I actually called him and said, are you in shape? Can you go? Can you do this? And he's like, I can get in shape. I said, do it. And this is what we're going to do. And so he was going to come, show up out of the blue and say, I know what you did back then. I'm going to get justice for that. And so it was going to be the thing where we had a match. If he won, I turned myself in. If I won, he'd leave me alone. That was basically it. Okay. Jimmy Cornette, are you listening so you understand this now and you don't have to make fucking jokes that you don't understand?
I will FedEx this whole video message to him.
Okay. And remember, Jimmy, I do love you. I love you to death. You're funny. I mean, we have not that much time together. I think you let me hold your tennis racket once, unless that was Paul Lee. But I love you to death. I got nothing bad about you. Somebody heard that shit that you were talking, and you wasn't really, dogging me on it. But you were telling stuff you didn't understand. Like, why would he tell his brother to go get somebody who was already dead? I don't make no fucking sense. It don't make no sense because you didn't hear it was a storyline. And then police got involved. The Columbus Police Department were like looking into missing persons and shit. I had to drop that shit. I told Dan. Dan's like, no, let's keep going with it. That's getting wicked. Newspapers in Germany, Japan, and England, they were putting I should have seen you those so you could send them right here, but we'll do this again sometime.
Yeah.
But mass murderer Marty, baller Marty, there was all kinds of, I was a murderer.
Everybody's ready for the next serial
around
killer.
The world, bro. That shit went around the planet.
It went viral.
So you tell me I can't be a good storyline writer. I don't know when WWE ever got in trouble for writing a storyline. I did.
They've told some crazy stories. They had Undertaker hang Big Boss Man on TV. That went over well.
I even got accused after this. They started saying I was the one that caught Vince's car on fire or something, tried to kill Vince.
Yeah, would have been a good story.
When he did that shit?
Yeah, that would have been a great storyline. I would have been into it. You want to see some more videos from StarCast before we wrap this up?
Yes.
We are at StarCast 6 with Marty. We're going to party with Marty tonight.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Party with Marty!
So nice that we had to do it twice.
We are at StarCast 6 in Chicago. Tonight, we're going to party with Marty.
Yeah. They nailed it that time.
Yeah, Jessica's such a sweetheart, the one on the right. But they both were. I don't know if that was her sister. I asked her that too because she said she was married, so I had asked her.
Some of the great vendors that were there. Unbelievable. You got to stay away from the daughter. The daughter's only 16 years old, which is
You
unbelievable.
don't know that one, the dark haired one?
Yes.
You know that for a fact.
Yeah, I talked to them.
Now,
I
why
got a
didn't
very
you
nice
tell me I
family.
was there.
Why would I tell you that?
So I'll go after it.
We're here with a fan of Marty Jannetty. And Marty, what's this guy going to do later tonight?
Well, you know how we do it. It's going to be a party with Marty.
I'll put the picture. Party with Marty.
Who was that? Oh, was just
That was a fan. That was a fan that was coming to meet
say
you.
it like that. Just a fan.
Well,
I didn't know if he was one of the boys. Is what I meant.
And not one of the boys. We got more.
Savage live here at StarCast. I'm here with Marty Jannetty and this guy named Don, who's got a crazy story about a party with Marty. Don, can you tell us this story?
Yes, I can. Actually, it was at Days of the Dead about 3 or 4 years ago. This guy here was in the lobby of the Marriott right down the street here who was drinking, partying harder than anybody else I've ever seen in my life. It was the greatest time. He was the life of the party, and that was one of the greatest times I've ever had at any convention ever in my life, and I've been doing this for about 15 years now.
That's our party with Marty, where we always rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling. And I remember that, though, man. Y'all contributed. Everybody made it a great memory. Boy, I wish we could do that one again, you know.
Yeah, you did have that industrial train size of...
It wasn't that big. It was about that big.
It was probably iced tea, because if Marty remembers it probably wasn't that hell of a party. But here at StarCast, we're live with Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
He had a picture, remember?
Yeah.
He had a picture of the bottle of Jack Daniels or whatever the hell it was.
It was
he had
huge.
a picture. It was pretty industrial size.
Yeah, that shit was freaking huge, man. Good, cool fan, but you had a lot of cool fans coming up to you, talking to you. You also had a lot of professional wrestlers stopping by to give them
Hottest professional wrestlers in the world today, and she's standing next to none other than who were you? Remind us who you are.
I am MJ in the house, the Party with Marty show.
How you doing today?
Ready for another party every single day.
Are you enjoying StarCast?
I'm having a wonderful time here at StarCast. I'm only going to be here for the next few hours, but I'm making the most of it.
Oh, that's cheating.
Oh my God, are you going to be partying with Marty tonight?
Unfortunately, I'll be at Revolver tonight, so that.
So no party with was it Masha Slamovich? Impact.
She was nice. She
Superstar?
was very nice, though. She was a sweetheart.
She was awesome. A lot of people were awesome that stopped by.
She's
to
pretty
say
good in the
hello.
ring, I heard.
Oh, she's very good in the ring. She's one of the best females in the world. Like, she knows how to get it.
What's up? You're watching the Party with Marty.
Yeah, Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, whatever you want to call him. He's had a lot of names. That guy's incredible.
He's
athlete.
had a lot of names.
Incredible athlete, though. You see this guy
Oh,
flipping
God,
around?
yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Who was he used to tag with? Mercury? Somebody?
He actually was with the Miz. That's the Miz's boy.
Oh, that's right, because that's where the whole
Yeah.
Marty Jannetty team started from, was him and the Miz.
Yeah,
That's why
it
I had
was
to
awesome,
wrestle the
man.
Miz that time.
You know, he does a lot of stunt work for Hollywood, man. He's
Yeah, I
all
heard-
over
I
the
heard,
place.
man.
Yeah, man, because his parkour is like unbelievable.
Savage here at StarCast. I'm here with Marty Jannetty, and tell us who I'm here with. Who I have the privilege to be standing next to right now.
Well, thank you, Savage. My name is Megan Nelson from the Pittsburgh area. I'm currently the announcer for Rise Wrestling, based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's the home of Thea Hale, Lady Frost, and Lee Moriarty. And we actually have an event September 9th in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. So come see us, our new location in Uniontown, and tell them that Megan sent you. But in the meantime, I'm here with the man who was on my wall in junior high, Mr. Marty Jannetty. And this weekend, we're all going to Party with Marty!
Live here from StarCast. Make sure you party with Marty.
She's a sweetheart, too.
Yeah, she was cool. Why are you wearing MJF's scarf there? Why did that come off of the...
Well, because you had to see, I don't know if you were selling it, but it was on your rack there.
I was trying to sell it. Now it's probably worth more money.
I had to wear it because it was somebody started sweating on me. I think it might have been Megan.
Okay.
Trying to dry it off, so I threw that. Isn't that the Miz's scarf?
That's MJF.
Oh, is that who it is? Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Maxwell. Let's see some more clips from StarCast.
That was my last match.
Yeah, that's Nick.
I got to work on my belly, man. My belly's getting.
That's Nick Gage right there, Deathmatch King.
Oh, that was him.
That was him. He stopped by and talked to you for a while.
He's a nice guy, super cool.
I let you guys kind of conversate because he has a lot of love for you. That guy loves you, man. Still loves you. I
love
think.
him too. We love each other.
He's a beast, man.
Not sexually, but
yeah. I know. While you were meeting the fans and doing your thing at StarCast, Tony Khan was a little busy in the back. So I got a little clip for the party with Marty.
Illinois, downstate in Champaign, and the biggest pop of my childhood was absolutely when Ricky Steamboat showed up to team with Dustin Rhodes at the Clash of Champions and took off the mask with Arn Anderson.
Yeah, I heard him talking a couple times. You know, I've never actually shook hands with him.
Not yet. I don't think so. But he was talking about Dustin Rhodes. You know, this guy.
Yeah, I had to get him over with that damn character right there with that gold dust shit.
I'm sure that was a challenge.
Oh, he was when he first started doing it, he came, me and him were boys, right? He came up, he goes, Marty, I don't know what the hell they want me to do with this shit, so I don't know what to do during the match. And I didn't understand either. I said, well, let's just do something, have a good match, fuck it. You know, we'll figure out your character.
It's just fucking, we'll have a good match. I love it.
Just have a good match. We'll figure out what the hell because he was supposed to be a golden statue that you give awards, you know, and he was supposed to be sort of gay because they say Hollywood is full of gay. Nothing gets, I'm not putting down the LGBTQGYXY. I do that every time.
I had to, bro. I mean, we went from Tony Khan to the LGBTQT.
Well, because that was the whole gimmick that he was supposed to be a gay Hollywood boy.
Yeah,
and
Hollywood boy.
Finally,
Is that how?
Remember,
Vince,
did he go?
Is that how Vince phrased it exactly? He's going to be a gay little Hollywood boy?
I wasn't there. I just had to get in the ring and lose to him.
I'm going to have to ask Dustin that one day. Did Vince come up to you and say you're going to be a gay little Hollywood boy?
A statue come to life. The little trophy that they give him.
Yeah, the Oscars.
The Academy Award thing.
Yeah.
He was that come to life. That's what it was supposed to be. So he had to, remember when you do this? You know, you did that.
Yeah, I remember vividly, man. One of my favorite matches from my childhood actually was WrestleMania 12, where Roddy Piper took on Goldust in that parking lot.
Oh, the parking lot. I was there for that.
They did the O.J. Simpson car chase scene. It was great. It was good.
You know, O.J. Simpson's the only person I know that's gotten more trouble than me.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
And my brother told me today because we were talking about it.
Hypothetically,
there is an American tragedy. You got him on my wall over here.
Yeah, good. Why not, man? You have him in your house, put him in your wall. And I'm coming back to your house in about a month.
Though. We're friends, but not close or nothing.
Marty, we're gonna add more stuff to your room. I got you some stuff I'm bringing with me. We're gonna make that room even. Okay. No, we got to add a couple of cages.
That's what we should do is put a blow-up doll right here on the fan. Spinning
a sex
around.
doll? Yeah, sex doll.
I'll just hold my hand up and spank her.
Excuse me?
What you got?
Why are we needing blow-up dolls when you have me?
Oh, yeah. Addie said, you don't need no blow-up dolls. You got me.
That's a good point, Teller. I said. That's a good point.
Stop playing with you with that.
Hey.
You see her making her chest jump.
I got another word of wisdom for you.
Well, here's some wisdom for us all.
I've learned that regardless of color and age,
I know this
all need
the same amount of love.
The same amount of love.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yep.
And on that, let's show some more of StarCast before we wrap it up.
Savage, you're live at StarCast. I'm here with Eric Hodson, who's a great artist. Eric, tell us about what you do here at the Party with Marty podcast.
Well, I've been doing comic art pretty much my whole professional career. For the better part of 2 decades, I've been drawing wrestlers as classic comic covers, and it's been a wonderful thing, you know, because when I was a kid, I always thought of wrestling like a live-action comic book. You put the two together, and fans went crazy for it. I kept getting DMs, hey, do this, hey, could you do this? And it's just snowballed from there. It's been my pleasure to be a part of events like StarCast since they were beginning. I got to see the birth of AEW, and I try to catalog that type of history of wrestling in all the pieces that I do, like this NWO one right here.
One question for you before we leave. Are you ready to party with Marty?
I'm always ready to party with Marty.
Marty, are you ready to party tonight?
We're always going to be rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling, slamming, jam, moving, grooving, and partying with Marty.
Live from StarCast, Savage.
That guy was really cool.
I got to tell you, that he was a good guy too, man.
Yes, sir.
I got tongue twisted there, didn't I?
Yeah, so what? It happens. It's okay. It's all right.
All right, we should wrap it up, I guess.
I mean, I got a couple more videos if you want to watch, and just a few.
You're watching the Party with Marty.
Yeah. Savage here at StarCast. I'm here with Marty Jannetty and Mikey. Mikey's going to be telling us about the time that Marty Jannetty took on Mr. Seth Rollins.
Freaking Rollins.
Yeah, Seth freaking Rollins. It was a very.
I'm actually going to save that one for a future episode because I think we should talk more about the fact that you took on Mr. Monday Night Rollins one-on-one.
And I knew there was an indie show, and I knew then this guy's going places. I knew that.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm
he
sure
was
you
good.
did.
Yeah,
I'm sure
we
you
got
did.
the match. Don't we have the match somewhere?
We're going to save that for another episode. I'm going to get the footage. I want to go
okay.
in on that.
Yeah,
I want to go in on
smooth. It was nice, man.
For now, let me finish out these clips from StarCast.
Okay.
Savage here at StarCast 6 in Chicago. I'm here with Nyla Rose, Marty Jannetty, and you had a story you were telling me about some pancakes. Can you go into detail with that?
Yeah, Marty is a hell of a waiter. We actually go way back, like for realsies. This is a real story. One of my very first conventions, before I was anybody, I was there to help out. It was Marty, Vicky Otis, Princess Victoria, and myself. And I woke up late, and I come into the kitchen, and they were whipping up a fantastic breakfast. Marty has a pan of pancakes. He's like, "Hey, you want some pancakes?" And just starts flipping them out. And I'm like, "I guess I'm having pancakes with Marty Jannetty. All right, I guess that's what's happening this weekend."
But now we're going to be doing something completely different. We're going to be partying with Marty.
Yeah, party with Marty.
From pancake.
We got to fix that mic, but damn, that's
Yeah,
AEW
throw that mic in
superstar.
the trash can.
Well, I don't know if it was the mic or we'll figure it out. But that's Nyla Rose, AEW superstar, and she claims that you cooked her pancakes.
Sherry, I thought Sherry Martell was there then, and she was the one that was cooking the pancakes. I kept messing up and trying to make pizza.
Okay, pizza's good
with pancake mix.
With pancake mix, yeah, that doesn't sound too good.
Thank you.
At you with Danhausen, big time star, current modern day star, coming to pay respect to you.
DMZ Sports all the time.
Yeah, man, and he definitely had to stop by and say hello to you.
Yeah.
Here's a couple more videos with you and the fans.
Savage here with Shara, Marty Jannetty. Saturday night tomorrow, but tonight's Friday. What are the plans for tonight for you?
Going to this event. And also, Marty, I have a question.
Yes,
What are
ma'am.
you doing tonight? Because I want to party with Marty.
Yes, we're going to party with Marty and Shara.
Absolutely. Tonight it's going to be a party with Marty here at...
You've got MJ in the house here, also known as Marty Jannetty, with the Party with Marty podcast, and I'm here with...
Shazza McKenzie.
Yeah, Shazza McKenzie. You
He
got
was
Shara
sweetheart,
stop
man.
by. Everybody loves you, Marty. Everybody loves you.
I love them too.
Yeah, I love you too. This was a great episode. What do you got on deck for next week? What are we talking about next week?
Oh no, I think what we should do is go back and visit like old days, like when I started out in Kansas City, because there's some great stories to tell from Kansas City, and then maybe move it on up in the second half of the show to AWA days. You know, with when the Midnight Rockers came about before the Rockers, were with Sean, and some Vern Gagne ribs, man. There's some good stuff, and we could just tell ribs and laugh all day. Shit that happened in Kansas City and Minneapolis.
I'd love to hear that, actually. That sounds great. I'll get that prepared for you. But in the meantime, just so you folks out there in Marty land know, Marty's going to be on the road again in 2 weeks. We're going to be Saturday, September 16th, 2023 at the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse, Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Marty,
Is Ann going to be at that one?
I think that's going to be Far Rockaway, New Jersey.
Oh,
But
yeah,
everybody's more than welcome to come on down and join you for Legends Fan Fest. And in the morning, Waffle Mania. Waffle Mania. Marty, I have to get your ass up. And let me tell you something. It is not easy to get your ass up sometimes.
How you know that?
Because I've done it a few times, at least 6.
Hey, we can't tell on here, right?
No, probably not. I'm about to cut you off before you get all of us fired. Waffle Mania on the morning of Legends Fan Fest. Come on down. Also at the Napa Fair, he'll be there, meet and greet. And the next day, he'll be at the battlefield. So if you want to learn from one of the greatest minds in the business, get your ass down to the battlefield for the Marty Jannetty seminar going down. Marty, I'll see you next week.
Yes. Hey, let me just say goodbye to all y'all with our Princess Addie ad. So that y'all know who y'all are talking with in the chat room. I don't know why she had to put that sucker in her mouth like that, but it's good for me. I don't know if YouTube was going to want that on there, but it's covered. Everything needs to be covered. It's covered. But that is your moderator. Everybody in that chat room, that's Addie Ad. Princess had. We might change her name later on, but where's Mo? And that's the girl. That's her sister that I dated for 13 minutes.
13 minutes? Oh.
Yeah, Mo was a sweetheart, man. But yeah. All right, that's y'all's moderator. She just pulled my hand down.
It is what it is. Here on the Party with Marty, we will all see you next week.
Same damn place, same damn time.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
We're here to party with Marty.